if you guys remember Game 4, I'm sure a lot of you remember, Kyrie, at the end of the game, okay, and by the way, unless you're living under a stone, you're going to know what I'm talking about. He went to the logo and he stepped on it. Fair and square. He stepped on it and it was a little offensive, and a lot of people have been messaging me lately showing me that he wasn't the only one who committed this act. And so far, I've found some of the worst offenders. Kyrie, obviously, he would go straight for the face of the logo almost every time he stepped onto the Celtics court. And you can interpret this stuff however you want, but I just have to share with you what I found. So, makes me sick. Here's the first picture of Kemba. Clearly wasn't trying to avoid the logo at all. He stepped right onto the Celtics font, and I'm sure if there was a video footage of this, you'd see that he could have possibly stepped on other parts of the logo and such. And let's see. So, yeah, okay, here's one of many of Marcus Smart. He actually put his entire back on the logo. And I'm not a scientist, and I'm no behavior scientist, and I haven't studied psychology, so I don't know if he was trying to say something, some kind of message with this. I don't know. Here's another picture of Kyrie. Overhead, he appears to be walking straight on the logo. No shame. And he has a Celtics uniform on at this point. So he didn't even care back then, and we should have seen the writing on the wall. Now here's one, and I respect the hell out of him for this. It's Jaylen Brown, and you can tell he's tiptoeing the edge of the logo. He's intentionally avoiding stepping on the logo. Class act. Love Jaylen. GM Brad Stevens, which we'll get into in a minute, better keep this guy on the team, I'm telling you. Kemba, geez. Now his foot hasn't made contact with the logo, but for all intents and purposes, I can imagine the shoe is going to make contact with the logo in the next frame or two, if it were a video, okay? Here's another one of Marcus, directly on Lucky's throat. He's stepping directly on Lucky. And no one was talking about this at the time, which blew my mind. Here's another one. It seems like he's trying to avoid the logo. You can tell he's putting in an effort to at least extend his feet more so than other times. So clearly he's trying to avoid the logo. Okay, he looks so, that's the face of a dejected man right there. And he is doing the worst step on this logo, I must say. And this one's a real killer. Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens, and they're both standing on the logo. And what I thought I knew about Celtics pride has been thrown out the window. Because of what that man did, center frame, he traded Daniel Tice, which sent me into a spiral, as you all know. So I thought, well, hey, has Daniel Tice ever stepped on the logo? And I could not find any photographic evidence, any video evidence from any game of him stepping on the logo. But what I did find, and I believe this is the Grizzlies arena, I don't know the name of, he did step directly on the FedEx logo, which also is cause for concern, because what does he have against a parcel service? Did he used to be a courier when he was in Germany? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But the fact that he hates FedEx, I might have to unpack a little bit more, because that's weird. And I thought, well, oh my gosh, like what other old stars may have stepped on the logo? Isaiah Thomas, millions of photos of him stepping on the logo. So it's like he knew what was going to happen to him to an extent. And I thought, well, certainly Jerebko wouldn't have stepped on the logo. I couldn't find any evidence, but I did find this cool 3D image of him from NBA 2K17. So that's something. Okay, this is so well. What? Okay, so where to begin? I don't know. What? I might have had like a little bit of a hand. I definitely did. This was definitely like 60 to 70% my fault. Um, Immediately after the Celtics lost Game 5, so sad, by the way. Immediately, I started to craft a meme, image macro, whatever you want to call it, and I posted it to reddit.com. Okay? And we all know that Danny Ainge loves Reddit. He always goes on Reddit. If you ask him in interviews, every post-game interview, he's talking about Reddit. He doesn't stop talking about it. So I posted this meme that says, Danny Resign Tice. And he saw that meme and misinterpreted it. I don't know what's going on with him otherwise. I know he's getting a little bit older. He's not in the greatest health. A lot of people say that that's the reason why he's resigning. But it's because he saw my meme and he misinterpreted it. And if you look at my phone, I've got about 9 missed calls from Danny because I went to sleep that night. So he was probably trying to call me to ask me about the meme, and I wasn't there to answer. So the next morning, he resigns.